Hey guys, welcome back to part 10 of our staff-only Yanyun run and the last part. Now, first of all, it's been some days since I've recorded and we have done some experiments and all. And first of all, I have to apologize. The crashes we experienced in this playthrough were actually due to an old mod. Like an old mod that worked back then, but due to the new updates, it sadly doesn't work anymore. And it may have caused this issue with multiples of 10 in terms of days, that it simply gets stuck a bit and thus causes the reading to also get stuck. And yeah, I now cleansed my mod list a lot. Like, I did not even use that mod, so it's like completely on my own and like a fault. Furthermore, I looked at what we can do. I just remember briefly we looked into Path of Loyalty, but Path of Loyalty can be completely ignored now, as we have figured out the new alternative ending for the Yanyun run, which, well, I wasn't too sure about beforehand. Now, well, today we figured it out thanks to Jen Hui from the Discord. So that's what we are going to be doing in this episode alongside Peak of Janghu, Janghu Master, and also getting one last intelligence skill point because I forgot about it. So now, of course, usual thing, we go back up here and Wan Yan Liang is like, yo, what are your future plans? Maybe the marshal would poison you, but we have more than 80 relation with the general, so he does not. He offers us wine, we definitely drink it. And now you could accept the Foreign Duke ending, but we will simply refuse it and then go on with our own path. And well, now what we're going to be doing is heading to the different sects and getting Janghu Master going, which, well, you don't need it for this alternative ending, but I'd still like to do it. Damn, his relations so low, whatever. Make him surrender. And also one more thing I realized, which would have saved some time, the enlightenment pill is something I could have used this whole run. I completely forgot that such a pill existed, but it definitely would have made it easier. Enlightenment pill, I'll show it in a moment, reduces the XP required for manuals to level up by 25%. And alongside that we have the 10 intelligence trait, which also reduces it by 25%, and top achiever, which reduces it by 50%. So with those three aspects you can get down to 1 XP required per manual level, instead of what we had at the start of the game. And look at this, like, it's really easy to create in bulk. So that was, yeah, could have been more efficient. I also realized some like interactions were not the smartest, but it worked out for me, so I'm content. Now I'll obviously be using the most suitable methods to make people surrender. Like here I'll just use my forging level instead of the fight, because the fight is boring. Right, we've never even surrender. Yay. Did I unlock Peak of Janghu? I hope so. At least I didn't see anything right there. I did not. Do I need to challenge one of the 3 religious people? And yes, that is a thing we are going to skip for now. Hint hint, I wonder why we could skip it for now. Very mysterious gameplay over here. Now sadly we have to fight against this guy again. I think Ding Hai Tang is even gonna join him from my homestead. Yeah, look at this. Girl, we have bonded. Also, we figured out today that Sworn Brotherhood male allies also get the benefit equally buff. So I guess that's a really good buff for guys. So you can pick your favorite character and play with them with benefit equally, which is really good. If I were to change my true animal ring to tiger, I'd be running 60 strength, so 12 of that would be given to teammates, 35 int, so 7 would be granted to them, 6 luck, 4 dex, and well, only 2 con, but still insane. Like 12 strength and 7 int is already a massive power up. And like that is really cool. We don't know if it's intended, so we'll have to see. Now, by the way, the one int point we missed is up here in the Shu family outpost. You can obtain it after you did the whole riddle thing if you are part of the Shifa temple. And you just like head up here somewhere. I think you even head to the inn first. There's the actor. Yeah, exactly. He like wants to drink some wine. And there you go, like in the chat, intelligence increases by 1. I like just ignore. But now we are at 35 intelligence. I just need to remove it from the journal. Like perfect and good starts. Also, I've been thinking about like other future runs, but whew, I'm so out of ideas. I was looking at a mod which adds a like gambling simulator thing. Basically, you go ahead and like buy a box, and anything could be inside of it, and you can only buy 20 of them per day. So I could have done like a run where I am not allowed to like gather or items or manuals, just simply open those boxes. The issue just is, and just do the challenge with him, it doesn't matter, we have to fight everyone for peak enemy. The issue with it is, you cannot mass open them, so I have to click it 20 times per day, and whoo, I'm not up for that. Other alternative playthroughs include a run where I like try to limit myself in terms of the big areas I go to. Peak of challenge, I was about to say what's up with that. So like big areas, if I can enter this map please, autosave, would be like in these maps. So we've got like the Dalian region, Zhong something, and that you try to limit it, maybe to be only like the 3 central regions, completely skip the desert, southwest, southeast and northeast. Well, to be honest, the northeast will be skipped most times, unless you really wanted +1 int. Like, I even did not know about the +1 int for a long time, so I always skipped it. Another possibility was a completely sectless run, where you do not join any sect or any faction. The issue is just like starting trades, because like I argued with Chime, way of nature is the whole reason you join the Taoist sect. So if you give yourself that starting trade, is like really like that sectless run. But at the same time, if you drop way of nature, you then by principle should also drop stuff like acting for heavens, learn from everyone, clouds part in the sun shines, because, well, these two are from the Old Man sect, this one is from the Nine Faction sect, Reincarnated Monk is from the Shifa Temple, like you cannot get Enlightened Monk, Martial Supremacy is from the Nine Faction sect, and whoo! Like you're left with almost nothing at that point. Right. We already made him surrender. That is what I did before I joined the sect as a layman. Because that's very important to do. Because otherwise you have to leave the sect and lose 15% damage. And how could we lose damage? And by the way, if you were to be a bit more optimal, you'd pray at a shrine right now to get an attack buff, use Spirit Fuser pill, use a 7-star pill, a blue wave powder as well, then a meat kebab skewer and a blood jewel. Those would be your typical buffs to increase your character, but not for me. I am gonna be honest. Like, I don't care about it. I am strong enough. Just look at this. Another run I was considering is doing like a very basic run. Just I'd start on like day 500. Because if you remember, enemies scale depending on the amount of days in game, and if you just start at day 500, it's definitely going to be a lot more challenging as enemies are going to be higher level. But besides that, it's obviously going to be a very normal-ish run. And then there's always the question of like which manual do you run? Because frankly, I am so sick of sword. I have easily done like 7 or 8 sword runs, and then so many perfect adaptation runs where you used Yanyun, and I don't want to see the sword again. Now what I really hate is you've got Yanyun, good sword, then you've got something like 9 Phoenix, 30% final damage, like a decent sword, but it did not need it. Then you now have like Granite Tribal Sword, really solid, but sword already has Yanyun. And then you look at plate, nothing. Like, it's pathetic. You either run Kunwu with like no extra damage, you try to maybe run some weird plate mechanic with Ying Dragon, but that's only like 20% damage and you have to invest in the Ying tree for that. I'm trying to forget about it. K9 God, forget about it. Summer Sparrow only has a 600-200 attack stat and then like crit damage, which is worse than final damage. Xingtian, don't even talk about it. Frostmoon Blade, don't even talk about it. I completely ignored them. It's just, oh my, why are these so bad? And then Fist, obviously, a lot can be ignored. And then you've got like Nanyang, like Enlightened is decent, 30% final damage. Nanyang is up to 25% final damage and 35 crit. That's solid. I'll be honest, Nanyang is good, Yun is good. And then, well, you look at Spear. It's like, what do you even run? I guess Heaven Halberd, 25 damage, but it's 600-200 attack. Ugh. Origin, yes, you can do that. Spirit thingy again. But you're missing the crit damage. Then obviously Juyin for staff. I guess Jurong for like fan. How the hell does this work? For every level increase in machinery, the final increases damage 3 to 6% when attacking. Is it now 3% per level or 6%? I don't know. But yeah, I just looked across all the different options, and anything that entices me to play it has shitty weapons. But enough of that for right now. Maybe I'll continue ranting about it in a moment, or sharing my thoughts. Let's do Django Master with like almost no stamina. I'm ready for the ceremony. Just like a normal attack this buddy. He's too weak. Alright, I even have the advanced AoE due to staff. I can do a normal attack 2 tiles away. Bam! Look at that, 86k. Where's my crit? 13 Sutras messes with it. Now the tanky guy. No! 2 normal attacks to kill. Oh no, what is this? 4 of them included, and then like additionally one was a combo. Unbelievable. I don't know how I'm supposed to financially recover from this. No! This was not intended. I used the manual move. Boundlessly Heaven Lord. Yes, I am Django Master. We will avoid stirring up trouble. Path of Loyalty, I don't need it. Yeah. As I mentioned with the items you can buff yourself with, that's plus 10% crit chance again, then you could even eat food, which is like with a purple one, plus 8%. I don't even know if I have any. Doesn't look like it. You could use one of the worst ones, which is 5. We are at 86. Yeah, you could already reach perfect cap with a blue food. There you go. Absolutely required. Like Blood Jewel, because I have it right now. I don't know how else you could do this game. But yeah, back to the weapons as well. Flute has a cool one with the Proud Wanderer. And if you infuse manuals and go effective learn on everything, you can obtain quite some damage from it. So I may just do a musical run. Like that could be a good option, but it's like, if you look at the actual musical manuals, like I'm about to despair if I actually look at them. Like they've got a good weapon now, but shitty manuals, or you have good manuals with like peerless blade on blade, but shitty weapons. What are we supposed to do? And yes, by the way, this was a very impactful, entertaining peak of Django, but now we're actually getting to the nitty-gritty, the cool ending. With amazing translation and dialogue. Be prepared for the most insane one you've seen. Which is Shrouded Cliff. But yeah, back to talking about musical and its issues. Like what I'm talking about in terms of the good weapons. By the way, Lingering, not that insane. Yanyun, not that insane. This is very, it can be used in some builds due to unconsciousness. Mysterious Elephant, Lion Ball, not good, but Proud Wanderer. For every 15 musical, deal 1% final damage. You can easily reach like 600%. So you can do the math, that's 40% final damage. You can probably increase it to 900 as well. 60% really good. But like, what do you run in terms of manuals? Guangling Melody, all like internal injury stuff and scales with that, yeah. It has no damage essentially. Proud Wanderer, for every point of mood. If it was stamina, okay, we could talk about it, like 600 stamina with Wholesome and Homestead, and like the Homestead Pharmacy, and that would have been like 180%, that's solid, but 30%, come on, what are we supposed to do with this? Ancient Song Score, no damage immediately, only based on poison. And, well, Score of Laughing we'll get to later. Full Directional Ambush Score just debuffs the enemy and buffs yourself. And then the only one that actually deals damage, Score of Laughing at the World. When you're famous, level 8, 120 damage, good. But when you learn the external skills, Proud Wanderer, 80% damage. I think it's 312% the total, which is really good. But why do you want the Proud Wanderer? So if you want to use this, you're gonna have to ditch one manual, like one top quality manual slot, to just include this. And like, look at what is our current setup, 5 attacks, so one of these needs to be ditched, which is 110 long, 450 attack, or if you do a 4 attack, 5 internal setup, you're losing out on... I even forgot to fuse these manuals, by the way, I just realized. Who cares? Now, the cool stuff. 22 minutes in, perfect. I always feel a bit restless. I wonder what's waiting for me on this cloud-shrouded cliff. Keep moving forward and trigger the ending. Look at who we meet. Are you the master of the rumor platform? Yes, in fact I have another identity. That is King Chai, or Chai Wang, yeah. Royal blood. What do you want from me? Cut to the chase, that saves a lot of time. Let's talk about the current situation in the world. The current situation in the world? Yeah. Now Linen City has been captured by the Yan army. It can be said that the Zhao country no longer exists. But what I can't figure out is, how did the Yanyun army, which was originally on par with the Ye family battalion, become so fierce and invincible overnight? ... I heard that this change is simply due to a Han man who just joined the Yanyun Iron Army. And yes, people in the Zhao kingdom are of the ethnicity Han, so that's why Han man. This Han man that doesn't help the Zhao kingdom but instead joins the Yanyun Iron Army, he really doesn't know what's good for him. Heroic Raven, don't you think so too? Firewood. Hyphen, like I said, most insane translation and quality I've never seen before. And the reason, by the way, we figured it out why it says Firewood. The Duke Chai or Chai Prince or Prince Chai or King Chai, whatever. The word Chai, which is a surname, can also be translated as firewood. So our main character is just saying like Chai, referring to him, but don't rush, this king hasn't finished speaking. This king has also heard that this Han man declined the high position and wealth offered by Wanya and Wuju and ran away from the military camp. What exactly do you want to say? This king just wants to ask you, do you know how much your head is worth? I do not know, and I'm not interested in knowing. But you should know that everyone in the martial arts world can't wait to eat your flesh. You should also know that as long as this king takes your head, this king's reputation in the martial arts world can reach its peak. At that time, who dares not to follow this king's order? This king tells you, your head is worth the whole world. Look at that, the ambush! You've set up an ambush in advance. You are really a despicable person? When it comes to despicableness, you're not even qualified to accuse this king. You don't think that these few people can take my head, do you? Don't rush. This king has more people than this. And by the way, this is a side note, this is why I just did for like a comedic effect Jianghu Master and Peak of Jianghu. Because yeah. The Taoist sect leader, Zhongyang, you have strayed from the right path. How can this old Taoist sit idly by? Amitabha, since you're stubborn, this old monk can only send you to reincarnate early. Today, I will use the blood of you, a traitor, to pay tribute to the late emperor. Traitors who betray the country for glory, everyone can punish them. My precious sword will be sharpened with your evil blood today. Villain, when will you surrender without resistance? I just find it amusing. I'm Peak of Jianghu, strongest man in the martial world. I'm Jianghu Master, all of them have surrendered to me. I guess it can't stop plot armor. Imagine if I was Jianghu Conqueror as well now. That would be hilarious. Now obviously, if you kill these sect leaders, they won't show up, but that's boring. This king has said that everyone in the martial arts world can't wait to eat your flesh. Even if your skills are already at the peak of Jianghu, it's not easy to escape under the siege of our masters. Even the Heavenly King can't save you today. And now our best bro, our best freaking buddy shows up. Marshal Yanyun Wuju. If the Heavenly King cannot save you, this marshal will. Like, oh, you are. You must be King Chai, right? This marshal has been watching you for a long time, but unfortunately your old fox never showed up. Now that you finally can't help but reveal your true form, how can this marshal not seize the opportunity to hunt you, the fox? All troops, listen to my command, spare no one except the heroic Raven. So freaking cool, I'll be honest. Like, best bro, best buddy in the whole series. Yanyun coming through with his 1 luck build. Insane. 20 calm, damn. Let's look at some other people. You're decent. What are you doing with... Huh? Do you run perfect adaptation? You better be running perfect adaptation. Thank God. Like, imagine he's running a weird ass dagger. And it's 660 and 200, not even a 300. Scouting Snake Spear, Polaris Staff, Nothingness Staff, Killer's Secret. Huh? I could swear? Endless Maha is obtained from the Yanyun faction. Like, if you do the siege, how does he have it? Heaven Sutra, Alanya Sword Pavilion, Tsunami Manual, Water Camp, like Devouring Blade, Tsunami Manual, there you go. Koyan should have his usual setup. Yeah, I don't think he's changed at all. The gloomy old man, the Ashura guy, look at him, Banji Quick Palm, Sky Destroyer, Heaven Engulfed, Running Veda Scripture, Art Demon as well. And yes, Wan Yan Liang said to us it's a unique manual he created. No one else besides the two of us will know it. So much for that. And then, by the way, these random A, B, C are also interesting. Like, look at this Infinity Origin move, Infinity Sword. Then you look at B, 83 by the way level. Virukana, like Palm and Solar Sutra. Confucius guy, wait for it. Okay, Flirting Butterfly, which is weird. This is Wan Yan Liang move instead of the actual Confucius fan move, but Sutras as well, which was, remember, stolen by the old demon and lost forever. Next guy also runs the 13 Sutras, Killer Secret randomly. Yeah, the usual stuff as always. This guy runs Nameless Sword at level 1 with Skybreaker Sword, Heaven Sutra. Like, my god, this buddy Duke Chai really has got a lot of talents all around him. F, Ancient Sage, sure, Jolie member. G, level 74. Okay, kinda not that amazing. Yeah, they are ramping down. Beast King taken, he really got someone in every faction. HJ. Yes, I did the wrong one. Okay, useless buddy 86, 66. And yes, I think I've solved enough. Like, this is gonna be an unspectacular battle. I'll attack once, and I do a combo. I move down, like right here. I attack once again. That's what happens when your character is slightly strong. Let's get back into roleplaying. Marshal, how could you? You are the right-hand man of this Marshal, and also a thorn in the side of these Han people. How can this Marshal let you wander alone in a martial arts world? Oh my god, did you see how much money I got? Damn. This Marshal has always sent people to protect you secretly, just to prevent today's situation. Like, best buddy there is. Look at that! By the way, everyone hates me. Like, best bro you could have never asked for. Keeps a lookout for you, helps you in your time of need when people surround you, yo. Although you refused this Marshal that day, this Marshal will ask you again today. Do you really not want this Marshal's reward? Now, we've reached the end of this. The first one, if you accept, you achieve the Foreign Duke ending, which is the same as accepting the reward in a camp, you just miss out on this epic fight. And refusing the reward, I know it says Game of Jianghu ending, it's the Wandering the Martial World ending, which I'll showcase in a moment, but obviously we will accept the reward. I will follow the Marshal's orders. And he laughs at me, and the text was weird. You gained the trust of Yanyun Wuju, and upon his recommendation the Emperor of the Yan Kingdom, breaking with tradition, bestowed upon you the title of Han King, despite your different surname. You were crowned as the Han King, overseeing both Xiangfan and Wu Yu, marking the first time in history of the Yan Kingdom that a king not from the royal family held such power. Figures from the martial art worlds despised your act of siding with the Yan Kingdom, leading to several assassination attempts on you, all of which you managed to thwart. Years later, relying on your own strength, you repeatedly crushed major sects and martial arts schools. From then on, no one dared to disrespect you anymore. Look at this. And we're in the main screen. The alternative ending is Wandering the Martial World, which is you've just experienced the whole story and is relatively boring. Now, what is actually interesting with the Foreign Duke one, if you look at the territory you possess in the end, like from the description, the Xiangfang and Wuyu region, that is massive, absolutely massive. I guess we had to like Langya. I just need to depart with my horse. Basically, Xiangfang is the area with Chuxiang City, Wuyu is the area with Linan City, and you control both these regions. Like, keep in mind, the main three regions are the Zhou Kingdom, Southeast, I guess, is a bit detached from it, so are the others, and like Yanyun is up here, like this northeast region is Yanyun, then completely in the north would also be Yanyun. They get like one tiny province, and you get 2 massive provinces. And most importantly, like in terms of your location, you're essentially a marquis as well, since you have the border region. And that makes it even harder to control it. There's some trusty other emperor like of Yanyun puts in you. That's insane. Do we want to rant a bit more about the items? I guess we can go through it. Fan, well, most important, like, when you run fan, is there ever let's not just say fan, but short, ever a case where you do not run perfect adaptation? That's a bit hard to say. Like, perfect adaptation is too nice, but maybe. Now, like if we talk about stuff, Flame Seal, very cool and all that you get this perfect adaptation for short weapons and even like action speed, but its damage is too low. Sure, 25% damage, that's fine. These are bad. Like no dagger you could use. Yeah, no dagger you could use. Inkite, I actually have to test. What does every level increase in machinery? The final damage increases by 3 to 6. Oh, that's a damage roll when crafting it. Okay, never mind. So it's 30% final damage, 30% crit damage. That's pretty damn solid. Like, look at Julian, 35-30. And this is 30-30. Of course, 600 to 200 again. 660, 300. Oh. Why did they have to make it like that? Couldn't all of them please be like rolls? It just feels bad. But yeah, I just wish Plate could get a decent weapon. Spear could get a better weapon. And music in general needs more manuals and better manuals. This is just pathetic. How come 3 total weapons have 5 manuals? Like if 3 weapon types have a total of 5 manuals, and then you have Palm, which has a single weapon type, has 9 manuals. You have Sword with 5 manuals, which, like Sword, that's not too much, 5 is still decent. Never mind, wait a second. Palm has 10 stupid Then you've got Blade, which is how much? 6, 7, 8. 8 for Blade, but sadly no legendary weapon it could really use. Spear 3. Staff decent with 5. But why does Palm need 10 and music can't even get like 2 on average? Like, just look at it, one singular flute one, and all of them somehow suck. Unbelievable. If you guys have any ideas for like future runs, what could be interesting, what would be worth playing and watching, absolutely hit me up. I am open for a lot of ideas. And now we are coming to an end for this run. So what have we achieved? We did a staff only Yanyun run, where we obviously power crept a lot. We obtained a lot of different trades. My martial arts I completely forgot to merge, but yeah, I have to say it was fun playing around, especially no homestead. I am really enjoying this no homestead playstyle. Obviously, it is annoying not getting not getting chi deviation form. I would love it. Like, I'd run it every playthrough. Deal double damage, or deal 50% more damage, leech MP, and it has like 500 base attack, so you can merge it with everything, and it's yin type. Oh my god, that's so good. And if you run deviation form, you can immediately skip the desert region. Don't even bother with Tyrant Blade technique. And if you look at it, like, I think one whole episode is spent trying to get the Tyrant Blade technique. Now, other things we obviously could have done in this run is more girls. I do not have benefit equally. I don't even know if I have I should have romantic lover, hopefully. Somewhere, maybe. I do. But yeah, I could have gone for more girls. You could have joined the Crime Investigation Bureau. Then a lot of these girls are not even bonded. Ding Hai Tang, Han Hong Yu, not Gu Ching Chen, Man To Lo, yeah. But I'm pretty content. This was quite fun. And like especially playing around with the different portraits. That was cool seeing some of them, although something I've seen myself is I just hate how plain and boring the girls, like the women's faces are. It's always completely pale and flat. It doesn't matter who you look at. I think there was like one good one with like Ye Yinping and you compare Tang Wana. Tell me the difference please in terms of face. There's almost none. And look at it, like perfectly flat, okay, hard to tell. Eyebrow mark I do like, perfectly flat. And then you look at random guys, he has like a unique eyebrow. Okay, he's generic. Completely different expressions and all. You can see like some wrinkles, maybe some scar up there. Like here, a bit scrawny and everything, drunk a bit, like scrawny, like some roughed up things around even on the face. Okay, handsome guy. And then even if you go, let's say, okay, very generic, but here, some scars, some other wrinkles. Well, relatively ordinary. Like this, like, I like how these look. The beard and everything. And it's like almost like generic. It's like one color across. I don't know. Could be better, could be worse. You decide. But I'll wrap up the series. Was fun playing. 45 minutes almost for this episode, so we'll just stop it. Thank you guys very much for watching if you've made it this far. If not, also not too much of a problem. Maybe you'll come to the end of the next series. See you guys next time. Wish you a great evening. I'll probably watch some series and then go to sleep myself. Bye bye.